In the movie There Will Be Blood, Daniel Day-Lewis's character Daniel Plainview travels from town to town buying land from unsuspecting farmers who don't know that they are sitting on fortunes of oil. Plainview acquires these plots cheaply, positioning himself to cash in on the demand for oil as it lights homes, power factories, and fuels the automobiles transforming America in the 20th century. He drills wells and builds pipelines, refineries, and railways, ensuring every drop of oil flows directly into his profits. As his business grows, Plainview goes from being a lone prospector to a wealthy oil tycoon, piling up a huge fortune while leaving farmers and towns depleted and exploited in his wake. With his wealth, he builds a sprawling Plainview mansion, a vast estate filled with dark wood paneled rooms, large parlors, elaborate chandeliers, antique fixtures, and a private two-lane bowling alley. It's an isolated fortress where Plainview spends his days aimlessly while a crew of men work in the fields on his behalf. With nothing to do, Plainview turns to drinking to numb himself from the emptiness of his existence and the compromises he has made. Often drunk and bitter, he alienates everyone around him. Alone, he stews over old betrayals, grudges, and hollow ambitions, all leading to the film's famous final scene. Plainview lures Eli Sunday, the preacher he's privately hated for years, into his bowling alley. In his drunken despair, Plainview staggers after Eli, chasing him up and down the lanes before bludgeoning him to death with a bowling pin. When his butler appears to check on the steak dinner he has prepared, Plainview puts down the pin and says, "I'm finished." The rise and fall of the fictional Daniel Plainview is based on the real-life stories of early 20th century oil tycoons like Edward Doheny, Harry Sinclair, and J. Paul Getty. Paul Thomas Anderson, the writer and director of There Will Be Blood, says, "If you have heard one of the stories, you have more or less heard them all." While researching on these characters and people, Anderson became intrigued by the pattern. They all started as gold and silver prospectors, turned to oil when it became the thing to look for, made enormous fortunes, and then ended up in jail, or there was a murder or a suicide or a scandal. Whatever it was, these stories ended up the same way. They didn't end up happy. In his research to play Plainview, Daniel Day-Lewis came to believe that it's not just the oil titans of the 20th century. Most who came into unprecedented wealth ended up unhappy. This is the great curse. Day-Lewis further says, what does a man or woman do when they don't have to work anymore? Free from the vital efforts of life, all struggle and conflict removed, they are constantly inventing these fantastical things for themselves to give what they believe might be some significance to their lives. And yet, they are missing the point, because it is our work. It is our work that sustains us more than anything else. Think about it. Till then, stay blessed, stay happy.